Hi, y'all, and welcome to Women of a Particular Age podcast, where we discuss women's views, life lessons, and a little bit of sugar honey iced tea. Heather, my friend, you're back, and look at you, looking sexy as ever.
Thank you, friend. I'm ready for spring.
I
It's
see.
springtime. Love is in the air, and all the
I see.
flowers are blooming, and the little birdies are just chirping away.
Hey, girl. So tell me, how was your weekend? Tell me quickly how your weekend was.
Oh, it was good. Wow. Super, super busy. But with this weight loss, I have a lot of energy and I'm getting a lot of things done. So,
Yeah, girl, you
for
looking
sure.
good. You looking slimming down, girl.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the compliment. And
Mhm.
so I went and got a mani pedi,
Uh-huh.
amongst other things. And I went to
Okay.
visit my sister-in-law. I brought her
Okay.
some goodies, and she gave
Okay.
me some clothes, some new
Okay.
clothes, which I
Good.
thought was very thoughtful of her. Because I'm trying not to buy very many things, because
Right.
I'm slimming down, so I don't want to.
Yeah, you're
I
you're an influx, so you don't want to be
am an
buying stuff.
influx, right? And she did give
Okay.
me. She always buys very nice clothes, so she did give me some gently used clothes that no longer fit her because she went to Weight Watchers and lost some weight. But guess
Right.
what? Now I get to reap those benefits, and she gave me some tops and pants, so that'll hold me over.
Awesome. Okay.
Yes.
Well,
So how
look at
about you,
here.
friend? How was
Okay.
your weekend?
Well, everybody, listen, you guys know it doesn't change. I Ubered. I'm the Uber lady slash
Mm,
testimony lady for Christ. I did
yeah.
that. I went to church today, which is Palm Sunday. We had a beautiful service, which is the Passion Play, which they'll be holding. They've been holding for this week, this weekend, next weekend. So please, if you get a
Oh,
chance, it's in Porter Ranch at
nice.
Shepherd Church. But listen, before we get started, please like, share, and subscribe. Jollystudios at gmail.com, www.jollystudios.com, and at Heather Mola so you can follow her weight loss journey. Okay. We're going to go
Thank you.
ahead, start the intro, and then we're going to get started. We'll be right back. All right, folks. Thank you for staying with us. All right. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. And let's get started. Now, Heather, before we get started, what do we do? All right. Me and Heather, we got our little mugs. Heather, tell them about your mug again.
Okay, I got this one, five and below. And it does have a little topper with a straw in it, but they don't
Mhm.
recommend when you have gastric sleeve surgery to use a
Yeah.
straw. And I'm a big straw user.
Right, right, right. Probably
This
for
is new
gas.
for
That's where
me.
we get our gas from.
Yes. So that's why I
Okay,
took the little lid off. But I got
okay.
it
I
there
love
and
it.
it's very springy.
I think it's pretty. I think it's pretty. And you
Thank
guys,
you.
mine doesn't change. Mine is always black girl magic because that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to be
Yeah.
black. I'm trying to have some magic. Okay.
Look,
Stop acting silly.
yes, you have both those things.
Okay. Black girl magic. All
That's
right.
right.
All right, you guys. So listen, we have a special topic today. So I want you guys to know that even though this is Women of Particular Age podcast, this is Heather's Day today. So today's topic is Heather's new endeavor. Bum, bum, bum. All right. So, Heather, tell us about your new business endeavor.
All right. So it is in the beginning stage.
Okay.
It is called Birdies on the Wire. And
Ooh.
and I'm doing all the legal paperwork and stuff right now. So it's
Okay.
almost completed.
Okay. Good.
So yeah. So I'd need to wrap up a few things
Okay.
to get that all the legal stuff out, because that's the first and foremost important thing, for a business. Want to get everything,
All set up.
done that you need to do. Yes,
Okay.
and this is new to me, so I'm learning lots. I'm learning a lot of things. I know I've learned a lot from you, Tara, as well, because you and your husband have your own business, so you've been
Yeah,
very
but see, guess what?
instrumental.
But the good thing is once you start your own and you start your own journey, Heather, it is awesome. I wish a lot of people would
Mhm,
not be scared and to step
mhm.
out. I know it seems
Yeah,
scary, and it
yes,
is. None of us know how to do this. We just don't.
yes.
You have to step out on faith and do it. And guess what? Friend, that's what you've done.
That's what I've done. And you're correct. You know what? It is. It's like right now, when starting the paperwork process, now is when my wheels are starting to go round and round because it's
Mhm.
bringing things to fruition, maybe things that I didn't think about before. And
Right.
yeah, so it's okay because you know what? I love learning new things and I love challenges. And this is definitely something, that is, it's a little challenging for me, but I'm really excited about it. I'm looking forward to it.
You're going to do fine, friend. You're going to do fine. All right. So now
Mhm.
listen, let's ask a question. My question
Yeah.
is, who is your target demographic? And let us know what your product is going to be.
Okay. So I would say the demographic is maybe women, primarily
Okay.
focusing more on women and probably the ages of 30 and up and beyond.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Sounds
So a
good.
little bit more, a little bit more mature woman, not like teenager or, young adult, more
Right.
like
Right.
30 and beyond.
Okay.
And yeah, so that's kind of the demographic that I'm looking for.
Okay. And how did you come up with the idea?
Well, I'm always looking on TikTok and Facebook and all the different social media platforms, and probably more so on TikTok. Uh,
Uh-huh.
you know,
There's a lot of
uh,
people doing stuff on TikTok.
yes, and I've engaged a lot with people that are on TikTok. The products they sell, I've bought some, and I do
Yeah.
communicate with them. And when they go on live, I
Right.
participate. And I thought, this would be something fun. I enjoy meeting people and stuff like that. And I thought, what I want to do is I want to do like T-shirts and caps, like little baseball caps, like with
Ooh.
sayings, but not just like funny sayings or cute sayings, but also stuff that's motivational,
Right.
inspirational,
Right.
uplifting as well,
Right.
and also having to do with like graphics. Like I
Right.
would like to do some of my own artwork, like
Right.
to put on the t-shirts,
Right.
to
And
kind
Heather,
of,
just a little sidebar when we get off of here, because there's something that just came into my mind, but I don't want to tell it on here. It's something
yes,
that I'm going to tell you that I came up with.
okay.
We'll talk about it offline.
Okay, sounds good, friend. Sounds good. So I just want to tap into my creativity, and like I said, it'll be funny sayings or motivational sayings, and also I want to create my own art. I do already have some art that I have created that I would like to do the
Yeah.
official graphic and get it put on a hat or a T-shirt,
Right.
and then maybe evolve maybe into some jewelry. But that one
Right.
is a little bit down along the line. One step at a time.
Right. Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. Okay.
Yeah.
So now my next question is, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
So 5 years from now, I definitely want to already be in business with maybe the local stores and maybe
Mhm.
boutiques,
Okay.
um, retail
Yes.
stores, and definitely I'm creating a website right now. So I'm going to be
Good.
wanting to sell, on my own website.
Right. Right.
So I'm going to be doing that. So, like,
Right.
you order online, but and then the other thing I'm going to also do is like the local mall has people like local artists and people are selling things. And
Right.
I want to step into that. That way, I get to meet people, get the branding out there, and get a
Right.
feel for what people like,
Mm-hmm.
and see what direction I need to go, get some feedback on
Okay.
that. So, but down the line, retail. I would love
Okay.
that. I would love to be at a retail store and see somebody walking down the street wearing their jeans or their shorts and having a cute little shirt and the hat and say, hey, that's me,
Okay.
So,
And I can see it too. I can see it. I already see the wheels turning. So I know
mhm.
that it's going to work out. And folks, just know
Thank
once
you.
Heather has her website up and running the way that she wants to, of course, she'll be
Mhm,
advertising on her own. But then
mhm,
what will happen is instead of it just saying at Heather Mola, you'll end up seeing her website on here. Just like you see at Jolly Studios, pretty soon it will be
mhm.
at dot dot dot. Okay.
Yeah,
So
nice.
that'll
Thank
be
you.
coming soon. Okay.
Yeah. Yay.
Good. All right.
Yay.
So look at that. We got through it. Okay. So listen,
Yeah.
folks, now that we have talked about Heather's endeavor,
Mhm.
let's talk about a Heather, is this a series or a movie? I would say a series, correct?
It's a series. It's 3 episodes.
Okay. All right. So this is a three-part episodes, and let's give you the name. It is Netflix, Gone Girls, the Long Island serial killer. And let me get a picture for you because I got a wonderful picture for you guys.
Mhm,
Bum, bum, bum.
mhm.
Now,
Yes.
let's put the description up for you guys. Okay. And the description is this tense true crime series examines the hunt for the Long Island serial killer through the perspective of his victims, their loved ones, and the police. Y'all, let's talk about this. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to direct this to Heather. And the reason why I'm going to direct this to Heather and maybe ask Heather some questions is because Heather has followed this this crime off and on for a little bit of while. Okay, she knows this better than me. So Heather, I'm going to direct this to you. Give us some backstory about this.
Okay. Well, this particular, crime story, I've seen it on and off for several years in different, different shows and different crime shows as
Okay.
it has evolved. Okay.
Right.
But yeah, so let me just tell you the gentleman,
Mm-hmm.
okay, who's on trial right now. His
Yes.
name is Rex Hewerman. He's
Okay.
59 years old. He's
Ooh.
married. He
He's
has two
married?
children. Yes, he has married and has two children. But I'll get to the marriage part.
Okay.
I'll tell you
Okay.
a little bit later about that. All
Okay.
right. So and he lives with his family in his childhood home that he grew up on.
Okay.
Okay, so he has history there. He's lived there. He's an
Okay.
architect. You
Right.
know. All right. Now the movie calls him the Long Island serial killer,
Mm-hmm.
but also known as the Gilgo Beach serial killer, because
Right.
Gilgo Beach is where they found the first victims.
Right.
Okay, but Long Island kind of is a little bit more general to the area, right? Instead
Right.
of just Gilgo,
Right.
because it goes beyond Gilgo, but it started
Right.
on Gilgo Beach. Okay.
Right. Okay.
Now, so right now, he was basically, this man's been living a double life. All right.
Okay.
And right now, he's been charged with 7 murders as of now, because
Ooh.
there's a lot of other victims that they're still trying to get enough evidence to charge him with. But for now, there's 7. So right now, he is in court. Okay, they finally got enough on him and arrested him,
Mm-hmm.
and he's in jail
Okay.
and charged with the 7 murders. And right now, there's a DNA evidence hearing, and what they have on many of the victims is hair DNA.
Okay.
And so this hair DNA, guess who it goes back to? You think, oh, it's his hair.
Okay.
His wife and his daughters.
Okay, let's stop right there. Let's stop right
Mhm,
there. Let's
mhm,
talk about, before we get deeper into
mhm.
this, let's
Yes.
talk about how did he get in contact with the victims?
Yes. All right. So, how he got in contact with the victims were he he specifically looked for sex workers. Okay.
Always. See how they do that?
Always. Sex
Mm,
workers only. All these victims that you will hear about on
right.
these 3 episodes are sex workers. He contacted them, a lot of them through Craigslist, okay, but also
Mm,
on other platforms. But that seemed to be the
mm,
primary one, and it was
right.
always that they would meet up, and then he'd ask them to go to his place. Now, his wife and children would go out of town quite a bit. So this was his time. This is when he would go on the prowl and all the women that he selected were very petite women. I'm talking like 4'9", not taller than maybe 5 feet. I think only one victim was 5'5". Okay,
And
and they
Heather,
were
you know
very
what it
petite.
reminds me of? Remember the Fox Hollow murders about the,
Mhm.
the man where he waited till the wife went out of town and he was
Yes,
living. Girl,
I was just
people keep
that
doing that.
that was just when I was telling you this now is exactly what was running through my head.
Mm.
Doesn't this sound familiar? Yes. You know,
When
yeah.
the
So
wife
every
is
time,
away, the serial killers play.
yes.
Oh,
Yes. And the thing is, if you haven't seen him before, this gentleman that I'm talking about, the accused murderer,
mm-hmm.
he is a big man. He's like 6'2" or more and like
Oh wow.
250.
So he could
He's
really
a big,
overpower somebody.
yeah, he is big. And that's probably
Okay.
why he picked very small, petite women. Or maybe you
Okay.
like petite women too, but there may be. Okay. So anyway, so that's what he would do. And then he would lure them and say, okay, let's go to my house. Okay. And
Okay.
so, yeah, that's not good. And see, the thing is, a lot of these sex workers, and you'll hear more about these victims and their lives and how they encountered this
Yeah.
guy, but a lot of them, they were estranged from their families and friends,
And that's
and
why
they
they always pick sex workers because they feel that these are people that are not cared for. And nobody
right,
will
and guess
care if they
and
become vacant.
yes.
That's why they do that.
Yes. And so let's go to, like, when you watch the first episode, what you're going
Uh-huh.
to find out, you're going to hear about the first murder, okay,
Okay.
which occurred. Well, the first victim was found December 2010, but the
Okay.
first episode is going to talk about that, right? But it's also going to talk about the district attorney, and it's
Uh-huh.
also going to talk about a chief of police that was newly appointed,
Okay.
and the corruption that
Okay.
occurred. So this is county of Suffolk, and
Okay.
just so you know, this particular county is very
Mhm.
rich in money for the police. They're one of the
Guess what?
largest police
The same
police
as
areas.
the Fox Hollow
Yes,
murder. Same thing. Same thing.
across the United
Maximum
States.
people.
Yes, across the United States, this is one of the richest uh, counties, police. They get a lot of money funded to them, but there was a
Okay.
lot of corruption. And when
Right.
these sex workers, they were finding them out, guess what?
Right.
They had the attitude, well, they're just a sex worker. Anything could have happened. They could have just dropped off
Right.
the radar, moved out of
Right. Right.
state,
Right.
just
Right.
didn't want to talk
Right.
to the family anymore or
Right.
friends and things like that.
Right.
So there
Okay.
was really, that really bothered me, because it's like, these are human beings, okay?
Right.
And
Right.
they were, oh, female sex worker. Oh, well, they were on
Right.
their own. They know
Right.
what they were up against.
Right.
That's the
Right.
attitude that was out there.
Okay. All
So
right.
the
So listen,
corruption is
listen.
bad.
So let's do this because we talked about the first episode. Let's get to the
Yes,
second. Let's get to the third, and
yes,
let's talk about
yes,
those. Let's get to them
yes,
so we can tell people about
yes.
the movie. So let's get to
So
the
the
second episode. Let's get to the third.
yes, so the second episode is where you're going
Mm,
to see more of the victim's mother, the first girl that went missing.
right.
Okay, that wasn't reported right away, but later
Mm,
was reported by the mom. The mom was the one who ended up going to the media because the police, the DA, would not do an investigation or go searching for the missing daughter. So she
right.
started the first crusade on this. Okay.
Okay.
So, second episode, you're going to find out about the victims, who they were, where they were found, the locations,
Mm-hmm.
other stuff about the unaliving, and how the families were begging the police to please look. And especially when they found the first victim, and then the
Right.
families and friends knew that their loved one was a sex worker in the area and may have
Right.
been on Craigslist or other platforms. Okay.
Right.
Also, on the third episode, you're going to see a lot of that as well. Just a lot of family
Ooh.
and friends, and and then more unalivings. And you know what? They did find one male. They did one male that they're trying to link to this guy.
Now I have a
unaliving.
question for you. I have a question for you really quickly because I know we got to wrap up. Okay. And this is just a question. When you say that they found one male, does that mean that he was intimate with that male?
Well, in the episode, they do not. They did not touch on that. But
Okay.
many of the victims were, because, okay, now here's the thing, Tara. These
Okay.
people were mutilated. Their heads were cut off, their torsos, their hands, their arms, and then they were scattered all over the place. So it's very hard to tell, if somebody, was intimate, other than finding DNA, or,
Yeah.
like that, like the hair DNA right now, which
Mm.
in that state, it's how can I put it, they don't really accept that as a credible DNA. So right now in court, that's why it's going before the court case. Right now they're doing the DNA evidence hearing, because of course the prosecutor wants to bring it in as a
Yeah.
valid DNA tying
Right.
him to those murders, where the
Right.
where the defense is saying, no, that's not really credible. That's not something our state has ever,
Right.
promoted. Okay,
Right.
so it's very interesting. It's very sad that this happened, and so many people, were affected by this. And a
Right.
really quick little thing, I did find an interview on YouTube. It's from On Law and Crime Sidebar podcast, where they interview a lady named Nikki Brass, and she ended up going on a date with him. So it's a very interesting interview, because she had creepy vibes from him from the very beginning,
Right.
and he he started off the conversation with, "Oh, do you like true crime stories?"
Right.
And
Right.
she
Right.
did. She actually did. Well, see, I like
Right.
a lot of
Right.
people, not that
Right.
we like them, but we find them
Right.
interesting.
Right.
So guess what he said? Oh, have you heard of the Long Island serial killer? That's how he started that conversation. And
Right.
they went back and
And folks,
forth
just so
as
you know,
to
what Heather's talking about, this was a person who was a potential victim,
a
and she
potential
actually,
victim.
because of her wits,
And
she clued in.
and
She didn't
yes,
become unalived. So I just wanted you guys
yes,
to do that really quickly because we got to wrap up. I just wanted to let you guys know that very, very
yes.
quickly.
So
Okay.
So he ends up asking her to go to his house in his car. She said, no, I'm calling my
Yeah.
friend up. She calls her friend up. My friend's meeting me outside and I'm
Right.
leaving. Okay. And he was not happy. She could tell, like, he was very angry. And also she didn't drink. She wasn't a drinker, and he didn't like the fact that she didn't drink, because he
Yeah.
probably,
Yeah, because he wanted
I
to
gave the
meet
girls all I drink. But anyway,
yeah. So listen,
yeah.
folks,
But
I'm telling you,
anyways, she
if
got
you
the
guys
girls.
get a chance, please, please, please go on to Netflix. It's called Gone Girls. Okay. I know you guys will love it. It's a 3-part episode. Really, really good. Okay. Because Heather could have went on because it's a lot of information, but we
Yes,
just want
it's
to
a
give you a
lot of
tidbit
stuff.
of it because we want you guys to go see it. Okay. But listen, before
Yeah.
we leave, please like, share, and subscribe. JollyStudios@gmail.com, www.jollystudios.com, and at Heather Mola. Because I'm telling you, this girl getting slim, trim, and sugar free. So you guys got to go ahead
Thank
and
you.
follow her. Okay, so listen, we
Please.
appreciate you. We love you. Thank you so
You
much. And
do.
guess what? We will
Thank
see you
you.
guys again next week. See you later.
Peace. Have a good